The Wish is a short story by Roald Dahl that is included in the Class 11 English curriculum in Nepal. It's a tale that delves into the imaginative world of a child. Here's a detailed explanation. The story begins with a young boy who has just picked a scab off his knee. He flicks it away, and it lands on a carpet in his house. The carpet has a pattern of red, black, and yellow. The boy's imagination takes over, and he envisions the red parts as burning coals, the black parts as dangerous snakes, and the yellow parts as the only safe spots to step on. Creating a game for himself, he decides that if he can navigate across the carpet, stepping only on the yellow parts, he will be rewarded with a puppy. As he makes his way, he imagines the black snakes stirring and watching him with bright beady eyes. The tension builds as he carefully moves, trying not to touch the snakes or fall onto the burning coals. The story reaches a climax when the boy loses his balance and touches a black part of the carpet. He cries out, and the narrative abruptly ends with his mother looking for him behind the house. This cryptic ending has led some critics to interpret the story not just as a boy playing a game, but as a metaphor for facing and overcoming fears. The boy's journey across the carpet could symbolize a child's attempt to navigate through the challenges of life using imagination and courage. The story is a reflection on childhood innocence, imagination, and the way children use fantasy to cope with their fears and desires. It's also a commentary on self-confidence and the power of the mind to transform reality into something bearable or even enjoyable. 12. This story is a beautiful example of how literature can open a window into the minds of children and their unique way of seeing the world. It's a reminder of the importance of nurturing imagination and the courage to face one's fears. Certainly. Let's delve deeper into The Wish by Roald Dahl. This intriguing short story explores themes of imagination, innocence, freedom, and fear. Here's a more detailed analysis. 1. Setting and imagination. The story begins with a young boy who picks a scab off his knee. As he sits on the stairs, he notices a large red, black, and yellow carpet that stretches to the front door. The boy's imagination takes over. He envisions the red patches as burning coals and the black parts as poisonous snakes. The yellow parts symbolize safety. His goal: if he can cross the carpet without touching the black or red areas, he believes he'll receive a puppy for his birthday. 2. Childlike innocence and superstition. The boy's belief in this imaginative game highlights his innocence. He genuinely thinks that by staying on the yellow part, everything will be okay. His young mind believes it has the power to change things to his advantage, even though the snakes and fires are purely products of his imagination. Dahl suggests how easily children amuse themselves, focusing solely on their natural priorities, like birthdays. 3. Challenges and fear. The boy's task becomes more difficult because he has only one place of safety on the carpet, the yellow part. As he walks across, he dodges the black and red areas, wobbling and stretching out his arms to steady himself. The tension builds as he faces the challenge. He reaches a turning point, choosing the path with less black, despite the difficulty. At the halfway point, he can't turn back or jump off. Panic rises, he's frozen with fear. 4. The climax and metaphor. The boy's next step is a long one, too long to jump. He manages to transfer his weight but gets stuck, doing the splits. He looks down at the writhing snakes beneath him. His fear intensifies. In a desperate attempt, he tries to bring up his back foot but fails. His hand touches the black part, and he cries out. The story ends abruptly. The mother is outside, unaware of the boy's struggle. 5. Interpretation. The ending leaves us wondering, has the boy disappeared into the snake pit? Is it all metaphorical? Dahl masterfully captures the intensity of a child's imagination and fear. The boy's game becomes a life-or-death challenge. The freedom to play, explore, and imagine is essential for children, away from adult interference. In summary, the wish invites us to appreciate the delicate balance between imagination, innocence, and the challenges children face as they navigate their world. It's a vivid and suspenseful glimpse into the mind of a young boy, where reality and fantasy blur in fascinating ways.